Hey, welcome back to Chow Mayne, guys. And tonight we're playing American Truck Simulator, one of my absolute favorite games, and it's been a long time coming. I've wanted to stream this forever, so now we're finally getting the chance. Just give me a second to adjust my resolution here.
A few moments later.
This is a fantastic game. I'm sure plenty of you are familiar with, and if not, you're in for a treat. It is what it is. It is what it says it is. American Truck Simulator. Basically, I'm a truck driver, and I drive across the United States, or at least their version of it, and which you'll get to see tonight. And I think you're gonna have a good time. It's great. You take contracts, you do deliveries, you start your own company, you grow your company. Hire employees if you want, buy trucks, sell trucks, modify trucks. It is paradise for gamers like us. So tonight, again, American Truck Simulator on the Chow Mayne Show. So here we go. So I have a career started, so we're just going to keep it going. As you can see, my name is McGillicuddy. Actually, you probably can't see that because it's covered by my face. But yeah, I'll try to keep you updated on what I'm doing. I do have some mods active, which I will list in the description below. And most of them are just quality of life mods. There's some GPS stuff. There's some lighting. And then there's some real brands, which I hope we don't get ticked for, but you never know. We'll see. But I have some like real world brands instead of the generic brands that are in the vanilla game. Nothing too crazy though, but I will give credit where credit's due in the description, and let's get it going. We're going to continue. Sometimes when this game updates, it'll start you over, so I think I was done with the last job that I did, so it shouldn't be anything crazy. I just don't remember where I was location-wise. Now this game, it came out a number of years ago. It's been out for quite a while, and the developers of this game are insane. They work tirelessly to build new states, make new content. Let me go to the map real quick. That's my truck. That is my beautiful Kenworth with a sleeper. Take a look at that. It is a beautiful maroon color. It's actually my second truck that I've owned in this game, but it's nice because that way I don't have to drive a company's truck. I can just use my own truck and haul whatever I want across the United States. And when I say across the United States, let's go to the map and I will show you what we're dealing with when I say the United States of America. So as you can see, let me move. And as you can see, I've explored a whole 6.9% of what is available in this game. Let me go up here, and you can see. So here is Washington, the state of Washington. Below that is Oregon, California, Nevada, Arizona, New Mexico, Texas, the great state of Texas. We have up here, we have Oklahoma, Kansas, Kansas City, Missouri. We have Nebraska. We have Colorado. We have Utah, Montana, Wyoming, Idaho. So this is basically a picture of what the game includes so far, what they've, and Arkansas is down here, of what they have built out so far. The goal is, and you can see the empty states over here, Florida, a lot of Louisiana's down here too. I'm sorry to Louisianans. I'm not trying to leave you out. This map is a little busy, and this is as far as I can zoom out. In fact, let me see if I can, I can take some of this out. Let's see. To where you can see, maybe a little better here. This music's rocking. Hope it's not too loud. It'll end in a minute. Anyway, all these empty things are where the new cities are going to be, or new states. They're ever expanding this map, so it looks like we're going to have Michigan and all the way to New York, all the way up to Maine, all the way over to the East Coast, hopefully. So it's going to be awesome. But trust me, I've been playing hundreds of hours on this game, and this is what they have so far. And as you can see, I've barely scratched the surface at 6.9% of what's available on the map. So that just gives you an idea of the scale of this game. Now, is it true to scale? No. It's a condensed version of the United States, but they do a really good job of fitting in landmarks, the general feel and look, and just the overall vibe of a state, some of the big cities. I mean, as I drive, you'll see what I'm talking about. It's insane. It's amazing. So let's get out of here. Let's skedaddle. Let's go back. So what we're going to do in tonight's playthrough is, first of all, we're going to turn this music down because it's just kind of loud, even though I like it. Let's see, where are we? I should probably go to the audio tab. Let's see, radio volume. I don't think it's that radio. It's, here, music volume. No? UI music volume. There she is. All right, sorry if that was kind of in people's face a little too much. Anyway, so what I'm going to do is I'll show you just a general idea of the gameplay, and then we can kind of deep dive if you want. So my company here is I have my truck. I did have some employees, but I kind of took it back to just me. I kind of want to get more nitty gritty into the hiring and running my company. And if I remember right, yeah, I just have my truck. I used to have 2 other trucks and 2 other employees. I let them go. I sold the trucks just because I wanted to start working on paying off my debt, which usually when you start this game, you'll have some debt, especially if you buy a truck. So let's see. Let's go to jobs, and we're going to go to freight market, and that's what you're going to go to if you have your own truck. Oh, here's a better map to look at. Less crowded. If you have your own truck, you can go to the freight market, and you can pick trailers based on, their weight, what your truck is capable of pulling, where it starts, where it ends, how much money you're going to make, stuff like that. So, and maybe, what looks interesting, point of origin, that kind of thing. So I am actually based up here in, I can't remember if I'm in Boise or Nampa, Idaho. That's where I built my headquarters. But currently I'm down here in the middle of Texas, and I don't know if it lets me fast travel, because if it does, I'm going to come up here so that you fine people can see where I'm at. And I think with no freight, I can actually just move, fast travel rather. Let's see. Actually, I don't know if I can do it from here. I think I can do it from the regular map. Navigation, quick travel, there we go. So it would take me hours to get from Texas back up here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up to Boise. I'm going to confirm quick travel. It's going to cost me $3,000 to quick travel, but that's okay for the purposes of this playthrough. I banked on it for you guys.
Please proceed to the highlighted route.
All right, so we're here. Let's see, what is it telling me to do here? Let's go to map. All right, so we're in Boise. I don't think I have a current job. Let's see. Where does it want me to go? Let's zoom in. So it's telling me to go all the way down to where I was. Why would I do that? Reset navigation. There we go. All right. All right, so here we are. I believe we're not even at my headquarters. We're at an international, which is a truck dealer. We're at one of their facilities where they do repairs and sell trucks and stuff. But real quick, let's go see what is available on the job market. I didn't even look at the time of day or anything. So it's Monday at 7:30 in the morning. A couple things that you can look at here is on the little screen on the lower right, it'll show kind of a GPS. Now, that little bed that's on the top right of that little screen shows about how tired I am. So I'm about halfway to needing to sleep. And that's a good thing to keep an eye on. Also, your gas in the lower left-hand corner, which you probably can't see because of the Chow Mayne logo, which I believe I can move that. Let me see if I can actually move that for you guys. Let's see, interface. I don't know if I can move that. If I can't, what I can do is I can do this here. We'll do this. Let me go to here. Let me go to here. Maybe I can't. Oh well. On the next playthrough. You don't really need to see it. It's more for me to look at. It's like a quick view. But anyway. Alright, so let's find a job. I think I repaired already. There's a little bit of structural wear and tear, but it happens. So I'm going to go to jobs, freight market. Trying to get this mic to where it's not hitting my steering wheel, but I don't think it will. All right, so we are in Boise, Idaho, as I said. So all these jobs over here, they don't start or end where I'm at. So if I click on the city that I'm in, it'll show me jobs that leave out of Boise today. Obviously, you'd be quick to go after the ones that are offering a lot of money. I mean, look at this, $28,000 for me to take some wheat from Boise, Idaho to Grand Junction, Colorado. But that is a double trailer. It looks like, let's see, articulated trailer, standard delivery, heavy cargo. Now, I have a pretty good truck, but it's not the most powerful thing on the planet. In fact, if I go to my, let's see, if I go to my company and I go to my truck manager, you can see what I'm working with here. I got a 500 horsepower engine. Let's see, I can get into some more nitty gritty here. Where is my truck info? There we go. 500 horsepower. We have about 1,650 pounds per foot of engine torque. Gearbox is an ultra shift. It's an automatic because I just don't mess. I don't have a nice shifter. I do have a nice Logitech steering wheel, and I have the foot pedals with the gas pedal and the brake. And I have a little mini shifter, but it's not anything. It's more for racing games. So in the future, in fact, I do want to get one of the nice shifters that they make. Not for this game, but for games where you want to realistically shift. So in that case, I would probably get into that. Plus, my pedals don't have a, what do you call it? Plus, my pedals do not have a clutch. It's gas, or it's brake pedal, gas pedal. There's no clutch pedal. So I'd have to upgrade my pedal system too to have a realistic clutch system so that I can do my shifting. So for now, we're just doing automatic. It doesn't take any of the fun away. I mean, sure, I'd like to drive stick, but it's all good. So I have a 72-inch flat roof sleeper. Yeah, and this is the W900 series Kenworth. Really nice truck. It was awesome. I actually upgraded and had the camper or the sleeper built on to it. Originally, it didn't have that. And it's mostly aesthetic. I mean, you can pull over and sleep at rest stops in certain areas in your truck, but there's really no simulation of, getting out of your seat, laying down and going to sleep. It's just kind of neat to know it's back there. It kind of helps with the immersion. So anyway, let's go back to the freight market. The freight market. Freight market. Do I have any water left? I don't. It's okay. All right, so anyway, we're going to click Boise. We're going to go look at these. Now, it's heavy. I can pull that. It might be a pain in the butt depending on where we're going. If we're going to Colorado, see if I click it, it'll show me the route. I am bound to hit some craziness, probably right around Moab, maybe right after Price. Definitely not in Provo. But you don't want to get stuck with these super long trailers that your truck has to struggle with on curvy roads or you're going uphill into the mountains. So I might choose something a little tamer. And I think I found it here. And this is something for all my peeps that know me. I have buddies up here in Idaho. I don't live in Boise, FYI, but I have, I live in Idaho, so I know a lot of people here. And I'm originally from California, so I know a lot of people back there. So this seems almost like apropos that I would take this job right here. We're going to take paint from Boise, Idaho to Santa Cruz, California. It's for Home Depot apparently, but it's fictional. It's in game. The payout's going to be $25,984. That's $29.20 a mile. It's amazing. 14 hours. Oh, that's when it expires. So this load is going to be expected. So today, keep in mind, it's Monday at 7:05 Mountain Time. So it is expected in Santa Cruz anywhere between tomorrow at 11 p.m. and Wednesday morning at 5:38-ish. Which is more than enough time to get us, as you can see. We're going to go straight down into Elko from Idaho, over to Winnemucca, down through Reno, over the top of Sacramento, right through Oakland, San Jose, and we're going to end our day in Santa Cruz getting that paint to people that need to paint. So we're going to take that, we're going to double click it, and what it's going to do is
proceed to the highlighted route.
It's going to set my route to the pickup area. And I'm kind of kicking myself now because I should have slept before taking this job on, but the time allotted for this delivery counts a sleep cycle. So what we'll do is we'll drive as much as we can today before we have to stop and sleep, and then we'll sleep and we'll hit it hard the next day, and we'll get there with plenty of time, I'm sure. So what we want to do is go into first purse. Looks like I got everything ready. Let's see, we'll get everything started here. Start the truck. Yeah, baby. What was that? 8.3 on the Richter scale. Alrighty, we're underway here, folks. I've never streamed this game before, so if I run into any technical difficulties or anything where I need to stop it, I'll stop it and fix it. Otherwise, we're just going to enjoy. And it's been a while since I played this game too, so forgive me if I forget some buttons. Now, you can also use your mouse to look around like this, and I don't have one of those fancy dandy, fancy schmancy little head trackers. So for now, you're at the mercy of either my mouse or my little quick keys here on the keyboard where I can go left, right. That's really all I am interested in doing. So let's put our blinker on. No one's coming. We're good.
In 650
right.
feet, turn left.
So I got this game. I had played, of course, Euro Truck Simulator, which is the same thing but all over Europe, and it's cool. But being an American, obviously, this game was a godsend, and the developers, like I said, they put so much love into this game. It's just incredible. I mean, the amount of detail, the level of love and dedication they put into this world and how it works. And yeah, as you can see, you know, everything is very detailed. You can really dive into this game, and the graphics are incredible too. I mean, they've just, like I said, they've worked on this tirelessly.
650 feet,
so for those of you that are from Boise or have been to Boise, you know kind of where we are. We're approaching the outlets, the Boise outlets up here, which I believe they're going to knock that tower down. I know they already knocked. Oh shoot! Sorry, the guy behind me. I brake checked him. This is where we're picking up our trailer.
You have arrived at your destination.
So what you do is you drive right into that little box. You hit enter to let them know you're here. We're going to go to Freight Market. We're going to confirm that job, which is paint from Boise to Santa Cruz. I always double check because sometimes you'll click a different one, not thinking about it, and all of a sudden you're driving in... Well, you wouldn't drive in the wrong direction, but you would take the wrong job. And as you can see, some of these jobs are way less than the one I'm taking. I can't actually believe we landed that just on a whim. That's craziness. So I'm going to double click it, which confirms it. The cargo is ready to be loaded. Proceed to the loading area. You got it. So let's see. It looks like it's over right there. Nice. All right. So let's see if we go. Let's just go over here, and then we'll just back up on over there. All right. Oop, I think I just turned my blinker on by accident. Alright, we're coming up on that trailer. And I'll cheese it a little bit, you know, I'll go into a different mode just to make sure I'm getting, you know, lined up properly. Yeah, I know. I can stay in this mode if I want to, but it also helps you guys see what I'm doing. Because it's not always, you know, you're not seeing it from the first person perspective. So what we're going to do is we're going to back up. I'm a little crooked, but I think it should still hitch. There we go. So we hit T to couple.
Please proceed to the highlighted route.
So now we're connected, as you can see, and we're ready to go. So let me check all my buttons here before we take off. I just want to make sure that I'm remembering everything all right. There's my windshield wipers. Like I said, you know, games like this, when you haven't played them for a while, I don't want to be going on the freeway, try to turn on my windshield wipers, and I put on the emergency brakes or something. Okay, of course my blinkers. My window, let's roll it up for now. Well, let's leave it down for now. There's the horn. Again, that's the blinkers. I do have cruise control in here. That's the radio volume. If we had radio, I don't want to get flagged for playing licensed music. So maybe in post-processing, I'll try to put some interesting music over this via my good old trusty music guy, Kevin McLeod, but we'll see. I think that's good. I think we have everything we need to know right now. Like I said, my apologies if, you know what, let me just test out my headlights, because sometimes, and by law, during different parts of the day, you do have to have your headlights on, so, okay, there's my light system. Alright, so it's pretty early in the morning, so I'm just going to put on my, not pretty early in the morning, the sun's up, so I'm just going to put on those, but later it's going to tell me to put on my headlights. Alright, so that's X. Alright, here we go. Alright, you can instantly feel the weight and the pull of having a trailer on, which is really cool. And you got to watch your turns. You know, make sure you know where you're going. You don't want to clip a fence. And trust me, it's very easy to do. All right, so we're gonna head to the freeway now, I would assume. All right. Oh yeah, baby! I'm gonna go over that dirt, but that's cool. Anyway, those of you that have been to Boise or live in the Treasure Valley, you'll know that little thing right there. And that McDonald's, even that should be a Burger King,
Keep to the
technically,
right,
but
and then turn right.
you can kind of see like where we are if you know you're from around there. So it's wanting us to get on the freeway right here. We're gonna put on our blinker. Just take a little quick look over there. It's yellow, but we're going through. All right. Let's roll up the window. On the road again. Alright, so if we look down at our GPS there, it's Monday, 7:25 Mountain Time. Speed limit's going to be 70 on this stretch of freeway. It might go up, might go down. Sometimes states have laws, too, about trucks and trailers, what speeds they can not exceed. I didn't even use my blinker, but oh well. I'm going to try to follow the law as best as possible. I've seen guys just drive through this game like it's an arcade game, which you can do it, but you actually get fined if you speed. You can get tickets, all kinds of stuff. So I can tell we're pulling a lot of weight. I have it floored almost, and we're at 45 miles an hour. So, but we're slightly going uphill, so we should make up for that. Anyway, it is now Monday at 11:40 p.m. Or wait, I'm sorry. What am I talking about? It's Monday at 7:37 a.m. It has us right now out on ETA of tomorrow night at 11:40, which is perfectly fine. That's early. So that gives us time, like I said. We're going to drive as much as possible today, and then we're going to go to sleep. And this is a cop. Hopefully he stops for me. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. I would have had to slam on the brakes. That was a state trooper, actually. All right, so yeah, it factors in the fact that you have to sleep, and by law in the trucking world, you do have to sleep, and this game actually represents that very well. You have to take your mandated breaks, and there's just a lot to see and do beyond just the normal trucking stuff. There's scenic things to see.
And then take the exit on the right.
Oh, we're getting off here at Mountain Home. There's a nice Air Force base in Mountain Home with A-10s, baby. All right, so we're gonna get off here.
In 650 feet, turn right.
Don't tell me what to do. All right, I was going a little fast down that off ramp, but I have good brakes. All right, what do we got over here? Nothing. It's early. There's like nobody out on a Tuesday. Alright, so if I remember right, without looking at the map, I think we're going to head straight up south to Elko, Nevada. Nevada? Is it Nevada or Nevada? I've heard both. Let's roll down the window. I like to roll down the window when I'm in town. Sometimes you hear stuff that you wouldn't normally hear. Again, you can kind of see. Very neat. There's a lot of detail. There's a taco place. Anybody want a taco? A little park. Oh, I should stop and not roll through the light like a hooligan. Oh, come on. What's up with this light? There we go. Anyway, what do you want to talk about? We've got a long way to go. What did I do today? My buddy's company that he started, that he's graciously let me be a part of, we went and did some work with that today, and it was cool. Had a really good time. It was hot. It's hot up here right now. Anybody that says Idaho doesn't get hot has never been here. They don't know what they're talking about. It gets hot. I mean, it doesn't stay hot, and luckily at night it cools down quite a bit, but it definitely has its heat waves for sure. But it'll be nice because even if it's on like 95, 100 degrees during the day, at night it'll usually go down into the 60s. I mean, you can open the windows usually. And where we are, northern-wise, let me see. I just got to make sure I'm paying attention here and not talking too much. Where we are on the map, usually for a lot of people, the hottest part of the day is noon, 1 o'clock. Here, the hottest part of the day is like 5. So it's kind of weird. Like, you want to mow the lawn and do everything early in the day. You'd think, come home from work and do it? Nope. Too hot. All right, we got to get in the left lane here because we're going to be making a left here in a little bit. So yeah, that's what I did today. I didn't do much else. I played some Switch. I've been playing this game called Rebel Galaxy Outlaw. It's really good. It's kind of like if any of you guys remember Privateer back in the day, Wing Commander Privateer, it's almost like a tribute or a love letter to that game. It's so fantastic. It's basically like an open world space game where you play this gal who is kind of like just a rough around the edges. What would you call it? Like explorer, merchant, buy, sell, trade, buy low, sell high, just make your way through the galaxy. You can be a bounty hunter if you want, join factions. You have your own spaceship, and then you can like upgrade it, buy different ships for different reasons. Like if you want to be a freighter, there's ships for that. If you want to be a bounty hunter or like a combat pilot, you can do that. And there's a story along the way too to keep you invested. But yeah, I've been playing a lot of it. I have it on PC and I have it on Switch, but I tend to play what I can on Switch because sometimes I like to go downstairs and sit on the couch, and it's nice to take the Switch with me. Put my blinker on. Signal your intentions, people. So yeah, if you guys are interested, it's called Rebel Galaxy Outlaw. There was actually a Rebel Galaxy 1 that was really good. Much different game. But yeah, I thought they knocked it out of the park with Outlaw. Whoa! Gotta watch that back end. That's a big back end. She said. 55 is the speed limit, so we're gonna try to keep an eye on that. It's very easy to speed in this game, especially if you have a really powerful truck. And when you're used to hauling big old heavy trailers, you get used to having your pedal to the metal, if you know what I'm saying. So then when you drop your trailer off, you immediately pedal to the metal again, and all of a sudden you're flying down a residential at like 70 miles an hour. It's no bueno. All right, so we're gonna go down this way. So yeah, that's basically what I did today. I came home, watched the baseball game, made dinner. Actually, I didn't make dinner. I take that back. I cooked 99% of the time. It's night. I felt a little bit lazy, and so I ordered pizza. I made salad. Shredded some carrots. Had these like blue corn tortilla chips I crumbled up in it. Threw some really good freshly grated Parmesan in it. It was delish. Put some. I really like that. Here's a shameless plug. I don't know if it's shameless. Some of that Olive Garden Italian that you can buy at the store. Man, that stuff is good. That is like my go-to salad dressing. All right. There comes a little turn here. It told me to slow down, so I probably should have been. I'm doing like 45. All right, so here we're going to go over a little bridge. This should be the Snake River. Yep, Snake River, as you can see. And Idaho's beautiful. I mean, definitely the Treasure Valley is on the flatter side, but most people don't realize, and I was talking to my buddy today about it, Idaho is literally, it's actually one of the most mountainous states there is, if not the most mountainous. People think Colorado, people think Utah, but Idaho is actually probably the leader in mountainous regions. As soon as you get outside of Boise, outside of the Treasure Valley, like 40 minutes to an hour in any direction, you are in the mountains, you're in the forest. So people that think potatoes and flat desert, nothing. I mean, that's a very small part of Idaho, and kind of almost a misrepresentation. But even the flat parts, the Treasure Valley is gorgeous. Yeah, Idaho is a uncut gem. I don't know. I don't know if that's the correct way to describe it. It's beautiful. But where we're going, we're going to go through some pretty interesting different terrains. Nevada, as I drove in the real world, driving through Nevada, it's kind of not the same exactly. I mean, a lot of Nevada is the same, but there are definitely like very unique regions within Nevada. And then, of course, once we get into California, I mean, California is so big. I mean, it takes up almost the entire west coast of the United States. That, of course, you're going to have different biomes and climates, and California is one of those places, and Idaho too, actually. But California is one of those places. Like, what do you want today? Beach, mountains, desert, forest. Like, you can kind of get whatever you want. Now, granted, here in Idaho, we don't have beaches, but see, I'm doing like 5 over the speed limit there. Now it's down to 35. Granted, we don't have beaches, but we do have a lot of lakes, rivers, and streams. And which is fine with me, because I'm not a big ocean person anyway. I'm pretty sure I have low-key thalassophobia, which for those of you that don't know, it's a fear of open water, deep water, being in the open ocean, fear of what's under the water. I don't really know what that's about, other than the only thing I can really say potentially would be having seen Jaws way too early. Like, I wasn't ready for it. Speed limit back up to 65. And it kind of just made me never want to go in the ocean. And then just from that, maybe, that fear sort of just blossomed into lakes and rivers, and I don't mind swimming pools as long as I can see the bottom. But you know what I'm saying? Like, there was this, so that it's now Chow Mayne story time, whether you like it or not. When I was a kid, we used to go to this campground called Bear River Lake Resort. I wouldn't say it was up near Tahoe, but it was kind of on the way. It was up in the mountains a bit, and of course, it's a man-made reservoir, and but it's a big lake. And in recent years, not when we were kids, but in recent years, there's with California having droughts and the water levels are really low everywhere. There was this one time we went. It was one of the last times we went as an entire family when I was a kid. I just remember the water being sort of on the low end, and I could see. So there were trees. Now I could be totally imagining this, but I don't think I was, because I've had other people corroborate it. And I went back when I was an adult, and I saw the same thing. There were trees that were growing. Imagine if the reservoir was empty, it would just be a continuation of kind of like a thing, with trees growing down there. But when the water filled it up, the trees were still there, and through the water you could see the tops of the trees. And I don't know what that was, but that was so eerie to me. Like there's a movie called The Deep House, I think it is, or something like The Deep House. It's about a house that these divers find underwater, like a completely built up house. See, I'm getting tired there, so we're gonna have to stop for sleep. Which means there's a gas station coming up, and it looks like, let me check my map real quick. Let's see. Whoa, I went in a little too far there. A little too close. Beam. Let's see my location. Let's see if I can put in, I'm going to type fuel stops. I'm going to put in resting places. There we go. So it looks like I have a fuel stop right there, and then there's a resting place once I get to Alco. I can make it to Alco, I think. Let's see, in the scheme of things. We should be fine. It's going to give me a lot of warnings, but it doesn't look like I have a choice, because it doesn't look like there's anything to sleep with on this. And you have to stop in designated rest areas, whether they be a rest stop or, it just doesn't let you stop on the side of the road and take a nap. So we'll be good. I mean, I'm getting pretty tired there, but I think we have a little bit of a grace period. But literally, you can fall asleep. In fact, your eyes will start to close. And if you fall asleep getting a wreck, you're kind of screwed. It's expensive, and I think you get fined very heavily. Anyway, the movie I think was called The Deep House, something like that. But yeah, these divers find a house underwater. It's very eerie. Anyway, so looking at these trees, you've seen the tops of trees, and I'm like you're swimming in the lake and your foot brushes across the top of a tree, dude. Come on, that's nightmare fuel. So anyway, long story short, I have what I believe is called thesmophobia. I do not ever want to find myself in the open ocean in deep, like where you look down and you can't see anything but just darkness. Let's see. Ooh, wow, that actually blurred the sides of the screen for me. I don't know if you guys caught that. Let's hurry up and get to Elko. Shallower. It's time to take your mandatory break. Yes, I know. Like I said, I kicked myself for not doing it before we started this job. But once I took the job, the clock's ticking. I guess I could have just slept right off the bat, but that would have been kind of dumb. And as you can see, we're passing some beautiful scenery. So yeah. That's why I don't care. And that's why I don't care that I don't live near an ocean. Because are they beautiful? Yes. I like looking at oceans, but I don't feel like I'm missing anything by not being able to swim in the ocean. I'm not a big beach guy in general. Go sit out in the sun and just cook your skin. But that's just me. I got a lot of hang-ups, I think. What do you think? Yeah, see, so as you can see, when you look over that little bed, that little white bar is dwindling. I have a cop behind me, I think, but that's cool. I'm doing the speed limit. I don't know how anyone's doing 55 through this. There's some windy roads. Nah, that's not a cop. We should be to Elko here pretty quick. At least I hope we are. There's a dam. Wild Horse Reservoir. Speaking of reservoirs, now you might be able to pull over there and take a picture. I don't know, but that's pretty cool. Here we are. There, look at that. Ooh, that's beautiful. That is gorgeous. I wanted to be a truck driver in real life. I almost did. I got very close. I was actually in talks with a company over the phone, and they were going to pay to send me to trucking school. Oh, there goes the loan installment. So every day a chunk comes out of your money for loans. So that's why it's important you got to keep driving, got to keep delivering, getting money coming in so that when your bank payment comes out, or your loan payment, you don't default. And that's mostly for this truck that I bought. I'm still paying it off, man. That is gorgeous. All right, come on, Elko. That little sliver is getting scary. My little sliver of consciousness, we'll call it. But anyway, yeah, so, I can watch movies about the open ocean or the water. Like, Open Water is one of my favorite movies. I don't know if you guys have seen that one. It's when it was like the girl and her husband, I think it is. I don't think they're boyfriend, girlfriend. They go out on a scuba diving trip in the ocean, and I don't know what happens. I don't remember, but the boat, everyone surfaces, and the guy on the boat miscounts, or he sees some life jackets sitting off in the corner, and he just counts those as people, because he's like, oh, they must have taken them off, but they're on the boat. So the boat leaves, the boat takes off, and it leaves these people out, like this husband and wife, out in the middle of the ocean by themselves. And I won't ruin anything if anybody wants to go watch it. Again, it's called Open Water, but it gets crazy when the sharks show up and the sun starts going down. I'm gonna take a breath on that one. But yeah, there's very few movies that I can't watch. You know what movies kind of screw me up, like when I try to watch them, are like cave diving movies. Not underwater cave diving, but those two, but caving, I guess. Splunking, is that the proper term? Man, I gotta stop as soon as possible. Yeah, I know. Let's see where we're at here. We're almost to Elko. We're gonna sail into Elko like half asleep. Come on, baby. Let me just make sure where that's at so that I don't take a wrong turn and waste time. So I'm gonna go right through the first intersection, and it looks like it's gonna be on the left, a little sleep spot right before I would have to turn onto the freeway. Anyway, so yeah, there was a movie called The Last Descent about a cave diver, a very famous case of a cave diver who went into the Nutty Putty Cave in Utah, and he actually got stuck head down, face down, going down a shaft, and unfortunately he passed away. Very, very sad, but they made a movie about it, and it's just white knuckle, just crazy. And you know what's going to happen the entire time, but you're just like, you're like, no, I don't want it. You still think, you know how when you watch a movie and you already know what's going to happen, but you're still like, maybe it's going to be different this time. Maybe he'll actually get out. It's one of those movies that like kind of you're rooting for him, but you know the whole time it's a, you know, there's no point because he's not going to walk away from this. But yeah, it's crazy, man. Me in the ocean. All right, so we're almost to Elko, and what we're going to do when we get to Elko is sleep. Holy crap, I'm out of sleep bar. If you could, there's like a hair. Yes, I know. I have it floored right now too. Speed limit 70. Oh, just don't fall asleep while I'm driving the truck and crash. That'd be hilarious. Not hilarious, but that would be ironic on the first stream on Chow Mayne of me driving an American Truck Simulator and I crash because I fall asleep at the wheel. Should I edit it out? Or should I leave it in? I don't know. I could be the laughing stock of the American Truck Simulator world if I did that. Okay, there it is. I can see it on my GPS. It's right up ahead. Please, 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 Lord, deliver me to the sleep spot. We're almost there. I'm coming in hot right now. Ooh, I gotta slow down. I'm gonna get a ticket. Ooh. Okay. I think we're good. Please, knock on wood. We're gonna get there. I'm gonna park, sleep, and I'm gonna go get some water because I'm dying of thirst. I'm parched, man. I am parched. I gotta slow down. I am going way too fast. Okay, here we go.
In 650 feet, turn right.
It should be right here. Yeah. Whether or not it shows me, as soon as it says I can sleep, I'm just stopping the engine. It should be right here. There we go. Holy Lord, thank you. All right, so what you got to do is you got to turn off your truck, and then you can sleep. So I think you can. Pretty sure it just said turn off your engine and you can sleep. Did I pass it? Maybe I passed the area that it said was acceptable. I saw it flash there for a second. There it is. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, there we go. I don't even care that I'm like blocking half of the parking lot. We're gonna sleep. So here we have 10 hours. Current time 12:07. We're gonna sleep until so it's 12:07 p.m. We're gonna sleep till tonight at 10:07 p.m. And then that's gonna leave us some time to get to Santa Cruz. Delivery status 19 hours 39 minutes. So let's confirm our sleep. Let's get some sleep. You can see the bar replenish. And I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get some water.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
All right, so here we are. We woke up. It's obviously nighttime now. It is Monday at 10:10. Again, this delivery is due by Tuesday at 10 in the morning. Or I'm sorry, the ETA is Tuesday 10 a.m., which is good. Let me see. All right, so it is expected Tuesday between 11 p.m. and Wednesday at 5, so we have plenty of time. As long as we don't have to sleep again, which you never know. But we should be good for a while. All right, so let's turn our headlights on. Well, actually, let's turn the truck on first. Oop, there we go. Oh, and it's raining too. Let's roll up our window. I think we slept with the window down at a truck stop. That's always good. All right. I don't think there's anybody behind me. It's like late at night, so let's back up on out of here. That was kind of nice that we found that right off the freeway, like right where we have to get onto the freeway. Alrighty. Oop, whoa, don't do that. Oh, man. I'm surprised that guy didn't flash me. I had my brights on. Alright. It is dark out here. Holy cow. Turn our brights off. Pretty sure the guy in front of me didn't appreciate getting blinded. Blinded by the light. Hold up like a douche. How many people said douche? Hold up like a douche in the middle of the night. I know that's not how it goes, obviously. Hey man, it's late here. I'm getting punchy, okay? But we have a full sleep meter. Gas is doing all right. I didn't even think to get gas. I'm doing good. Alright, so we're on the road. I didn't look at the map to see where we're going, but we're on GPS, so I'm just going to trust the GPS knows where it's going. It is one dark night. Holy moly. Let me see if I can mess with the gamma a little bit and get the... I mean, I don't know if that's as dark for you as it is for me, but holy moly. Display, graphics, brightness... HDR. We're at 50. I mean, it should be fine. I bet it's coming in better than I can see it. Might be my capture. I don't know. Like I said, bear with me. We're figuring this out together, right? But anyway, yeah, so I was saying I actually was in talks with a trucking company. They were going to send me to trucking school on them. And then basically how that works with this particular company is, and a lot of trucking companies, if they're paying for your schooling, which is usually their in-house truck school, then you owe them a certain amount of time. It's kind of like going to like a military academy, like the Air Force Academy or West Point or something, where it's like you go through there and then you owe the military X amount of years of service, kind of like as a payback for them putting you through college. So same with some trucking companies, like you might have a 2-3 year contract with them before you can really branch out and do something else or like go work for yourself. But it's not a bad deal, especially like, if you're new to the scene and you want to get your, CDL and you want to learn how to drive big rigs and and it's not bad. It's not a bad way to go working for a company, learn the ropes for a few years, get used to, on the road trucking or over the road. Over the road, on the road? I think it's over the road, right? But anyway, yeah, I got really close to doing it. And because I love driving. I mean, I could drive all day, all night. It's kind of like very relaxing and therapeutic to me. I like to listen to podcasts, like to listen to a lot of music, so I think it would have been nice. It's very solitary, very lonely existence. It's definitely a lifestyle. And, it's hard, though, with a family. And, I had really no good concrete reason to do it other than I thought this would be a really cool profession. But at the same time, you're leaving your wife, you're leaving your kid for sometimes weeks at a time. And then when you get back, you're maybe home for a few days, and then you go back on the road and do it all again. I'm going to be one of those guys right now that's like a truck passing a truck, and everybody behind me is like just calling me every name in the book. Looks like we're going through a tunnel. Hold your breath. But yeah, I should probably get back over when I can. But now all these people are trying to pass me, and it's like, I don't know. So, yep, here goes the tunnel. I'm just kidding. I'm not holding my breath. But yeah, so, I did a lot of soul searching, contemplation on whether or not I thought, would this be a good long-term, I'm gonna put my brights on, or not my blinker, my brights. I thought, is this a good long-term idea, like, family, young child? And, I kind of came to the conclusion that, there were probably other things I should try first before. Like it seems like almost like truck driving, for some, it would be one of those things where, preferably you're single. I mean, I know there are plenty of married truck drivers, don't get me wrong, and I'm not trying to say that it's a horrible, it's going to lead to a horrible marriage or anything. I'm sure there's plenty of people that do absolutely fine. But in my situation, I was thinking, this is not a good time to, like, go off and do this. Something's going to take me out of the house for big stretches of time. I think, 30 years ago, if I was single and I was like, hey, I'm looking for a career, I don't care where it takes me, yada, yada, I think I definitely would have pulled the trigger on it, or, decided to do trucking, but it definitely is a lifestyle for sure. And one that I think is fascinating. I love the idea of just long haul trucking. As you can see, I'm doing it for fun. I wonder if I shouldn't even say I wonder if, I know there are plenty of truckers that play this game. And there's a multiplayer aspect to this too. Like, you can play this online with other people. And I know a lot of them are actual real world truckers. And I'm like thinking, how many people like go to work during the day and they do their job and then they come home and they play a simulator of same said job? That'd be like me working at a movie rental store and then I come home and I play Retro Rewind. I was just doing a little over the speed limit there. I had to let off my gas pedal. I don't want to rear end this guy in front of me. All right, so we're doing good. Gas is good. We have a little over half a tank. We're cruising. I don't really know where we are. I haven't looked at the map lately. Let's look at the map and see where we're at. All right, so it looks like, we just went through Winnemucca. See, at night in this game, that's the only bad thing. And it's true to life. I mean, so we're like halfway to Reno from Elko. So that's one of my only gripes, and it's not the game's fault, not the developer's fault. I mean, they're just making a realistic game, but you miss a lot of scenery at night, But it's true to life. If you were driving a truck or any vehicle really in the middle of the night, you're not getting the pleasure of seeing everything around you. But it is what it is. And it is 12:24 a.m. We passed into Pacific Daylight Time, so we're no longer on Mountain. The clocks should have all changed over. What's cool, and you guys don't really probably perceive that. Well, there's no way you see this or get this, but I have force feedback and rumble on my steering wheel, and it picks up every little rock in the road, every little, like if I veer off to the right, you get those little like. Vrr, vrr, and you can feel it in the steering wheel. You can even hear it too, probably. But yeah, it's a really sensitive. And I looked up an article on how to really enhance all the little nitty gritty things about the force feedback and the haptic stuff of the steering wheel, and it's incredible because you just feel like you feel the pull of wind. Sometimes you feel just every little kind of thing on the road, and it makes for a very immersive experience. It also helps you drive better because it feels like you're driving a real vehicle. All right, speed limit's 80. I'm doing 55. I feel like I'm in a good place. In fact, I'm gonna put on my cruise control and just leave it right at about 57 right there because it's a good comfy speed for me, especially pulling this trailer. And like I said, my truck is not the most powerful thing on the road, so I don't want to overdo it. Put a lot of stress on the engine. I know I'm going to upgrade it eventually. There's a nice Volvo model I've been looking at, but until then, I want this truck to last for as long as possible. There's also some mods for this where you can actually drive the new Tesla semis. Oof, I went a little bit off the right side there. I don't know how realistic it is. But I actually downloaded the mod, tried to install it, but some didn't work right, and I never got to try it. I don't know exactly how well those are gonna work. I mean, it's an amazing technology, and I get it. I mean, I love the Tesla cars. I think they're like technical marvels. But a semi truck pulling, thousands and thousands of pounds, like, I don't know. I just don't know too much about it. I did watch. I watched an episode of Jay Leno's Garage where he actually got to test drive one of them, and it was pretty incredible, the technology that's in that thing. And it's actually kind of neat too. Like the front of it's like a cockpit, like it's a single seat in the front middle. Feels like you're in a spaceship or something. But yeah, I'm very curious of what the range is, number one, and then number two, like how often you would have to stop to charge. All right, 1:20 in the morning. We're making good time. Took cruise control off. When there's too many cars around me, I don't like to be on cruise. This does have driver assist. So that car in front of me, if I have cruise control on, it will sense that car in front of me and adjust my speed accordingly. That little orange symbol that just came on is indicating that. It'll slow me down. So you can sort of rest easy. It's not as at least it doesn't seem as intuitive as like a car driver assist, but it'll definitely prevent you from rear-ending somebody if you're not paying super close attention. And there's also driver assist for keeping lanes, but I have never really used that too much in this game, and I'm a little afraid to take my hands off the steering wheel. I actually used to play this game with a mouse and keyboard, if you can believe that, before I upgraded to the steering wheel. Which was actually a pretty awesome story too. I found on Craigslist back in the Craigslist days. I was looking for a steering wheel and a pedal, and I wanted to, because these things can get expensive, especially with the pedals and the force feedback and all that. And I found this guy on Craigslist who was selling one, and he was like, I don't know, he's like an hour away from where I live, but he was selling it for like half the price of new, and the pictures looked amazing. He was like, I'm selling a bunch of stuff. I'm going off to college. I mean, it seemed legit. He seemed legit, and mind you, this is like 12 years ago, and I took a chance. I drove all the way out to his place. He showed me in. He showed me the thing. He demoed it for me. He like had a whole GT race setup. Like he was serious. Like he had a cockpit like for F1 racing in his living room. But he was like, I can't take it all. I got to go to college. And he was a young kid. And I was just like, I'll take it, dude. And I took it, and I've had it ever since, and it works flawlessly. It's one of the coolest peripherals I've ever had. I think the next thing I want to do is get and this is something I actually, I'll let you guys in on this one. So I, years ago, 15 years ago maybe, when we moved into our first house, I built a flight simulator. I actually built an entire cockpit in my garage. It was huge. Like you got inside of it, and it had a 42-inch plasma as the main screen. And then I had like Thrustmaster joysticks, throttles, keyboards, buttons, lights. I put in LED lights inside. Like it was legit. And I mainly made it for Flight Simulator 10 and this other game called Evercron Mercenary, and Elite Dangerous. But yeah, those were the days, man. But anyway, like I said, like I was gonna say, so I had the joystick and throttle, and those are great for like jets and spaceships and like space games. But I really like flying 737-800s, and I've really gotten good at that. I mean, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours in Flight Simulator 10, which is my go-to. I know people are saying like, yeah, the new Flight Simulator 2020 is out and it's amazing, and there's even a newer one like Flight Simulator 23 or 24. I don't remember. And they are amazing. They look incredible, and I've played a little bit of them. But I got so used to Flight Simulator 10, and I have it tweaked out. I have it modded with like graphic updates and weather up, all kinds of stuff to make it like way cooler. And I just got so used to flying the 737-800 on that. Like, I mean, I've flown that thing all over the world. And anyway, so that's one thing I never had was a flight yoke, like you'd find in a 737 cockpit, and the throttle quadrant. And I always thought one day I'm gonna make for legit like a real deal 747 cockpit with switches and knobs and everything above and below and some lighting and having like multiple displays out in front of me. Never got to it. Well, not yet. it's still on my bucket list of things to do. It would be a pretty expensive endeavor. But at the very least, I should get a t-shirt that says long story short, because I feel like that's probably one of my most used sayings. But long story short, I want to get a flight yoke and some flight pedals for the rudder and steering when you're taxiing. And then some cool maybe like peripherals like the throttle quadrant and some levers and knobs and stuff just to kind of make it a little more immersive. All right, so it looks like we're coming into Reno here. You might see some stuff that you recognize. So visualize you're coming into Reno from the north. So Circus, most of the casinos are going to be on our left as we go through Reno. So you might see something that you recognize. I could maybe try to go to an external. I just don't want to crash. Reno's really not that. I mean, it's big, but it's not gigantic. I'm all over the place. I'm a beast lumbering down the road. So yeah, having driven south through Reno a lot during the day, I'm sorry you guys are missing it. We'll come back to this during the day sometime, but there's a lot of detail here where you actually can figure out where you're at. I need to turn my windshield wipers off. It's not been raining for like hours, and I've just been sitting here yapping while my windshield wipers wear out. All right, I'm cruising at 64. 65 is the speed limit. Put my cruise control back on. There doesn't seem to be anybody out here. It is the one thing about driving in the middle of the night in this game. There's nobody around. I guess I could stop for gas, but I still have over a half tank. We're doing amazing on gas mileage. This truck, this particular model, and my engine configuration, we get wonderful gas mileage. And I'm not a lead foot, so I don't. You know, some guys will cruise through here at like 80 if they can. I don't do that. I mean, sure, maybe if I had a more powerful truck, but even then, it's just dangerous. Like, I've never felt safe in this game driving much over 65, unless it's a huge straight. Like, if I'm in Wyoming, where it's like you're going straight for like 7 days straight, then yeah, I'll crank it up. But on these little roads, especially like these, I don't feel the need to go that fast. Especially too, sometimes you won't be paying attention because you're looking at the scenery, and then all of a sudden you miss your turn. And in a big rig, that's a big deal because sometimes you got to drive miles before you can turn around, and that'll eat into your day. All right, 26 hours to Santa Cruz. I don't know. Yeah, that should go fast though. Once we get through Reno, start going downhill into California. I am Arnold. I am the governor of California. I am the governor of Candiconia. We will build a new gym called 25-Hour Fitness for 1 extra hour of working out. All right. Yeah, that seems like a long time to Santa Cruz, but that should adjust because it's not 26 hours from Reno to Santa Cruz. All right, so now it's kind of adjusted a little bit. It shows us getting into Santa Cruz on Tuesday at 10:30. We're about almost halfway through sleep, so I might have to sleep again. I was kind of thinking, I was like, man, it's giving me a lot of time to get down to Santa Cruz, but maybe it was factoring in that I'm going to actually have to sleep twice. Ooh, we got to slow down. 55. I got to get better about remembering the difference between the cruise control button and the blinker button because they're right next to each other. My right blinker button is right above the cruise control button on the steering wheel. There's a bunch of buttons on the steering wheel, and I finally maxed them all out. Like, I was like, why not just make a button for everything that the most commonly used things that I do? Just put them on the map them to the steering wheel. Because this isn't a game where you want to reach for the keyboard every 5 seconds, or like, Lord forbid, use the mouse, which is fun. Like, see, if I do it right now that I'm on straightaway, you can actually look around quite a bit. And I have a button on my steering wheel like that just centers it. Because good luck getting back to center on a mouse. Again, back in the day, I used to play this with a mouse and keyboard on a laptop. And I got really used to it. I got really good at playing this game with a mouse. But yeah, there's no going back once you get a steering wheel and some gas pedals and brake pedal. There's no going back. All right, you can bypass the nearby way station. Have a safe journey. Ah, we're getting into Truckee. We're up on the pass, man. If it was a snowing season, this would be snow blizzard central. Although, prepare to slow down. Oh, we're going through the agricultural. This is where did you bring any plants, animals, or produce? They don't want invasive species coming in from other states. That's what that is, I think. All right, let's roll down the old window. I'm gonna follow that little white car. Hopefully he's going to an open.
Resumed. Navigation resumed. Navigation resumed.
I followed cars into like ones that were closed before. And I'm like, oh, come on. And then everybody's behind me, and I should probably turn off my brights. All right, let's look out the window. There's a bus. Maybe that's Metallica going on tour. Yeah, right. I think Metallica, probably each member has their own bus.
Navigation resumed.
Hey, what's up, Carl? How you doing, man? Press enter. Okay. Inspection in progress. Yeah. All right. Inspection finished. You may continue. All right, Carl, take it easy, man. Coral, you're my boy, Blue. All right. So here we go. And for those of you that have come north through Nevada and then through Reno, California, you guys all know that agricultural inspection station we just went through. Whoa, easy there, Chief, in the Saya truck. Little sideswiped me like a buster. Like some busker. Alright, here we go. We're doing good on gas. Sleep is okay. Got about halfway through the sleep cycle, or the work day rather. It is 4:51. You can see the sky getting a little lighter. Sun's going to start coming up soon. I believe the next stop, or the next major city, is going to be Sacramento. I would assume, without looking at the map. I like riding in the middle lane a lot. I didn't used to like it. I used to hate it. But then once you get really good at steering, and you can go into the settings and fine-tune just to your heart's content, the feedback, the strength, the torque, like everything having to do, this steering wheel is highly editable in the game settings. So through the software, it will adjust the resistance, the feel of it. I'm going too fast. It'll usually do that. It'll beep. Speed limit turns red. If you ignore it and keep going, you're gonna get a ticket. But yeah, I've adjusted the steering wheel to where I'm very comfortable just cruising in the middle lane. I know I'm not going to veer off, as long as you're paying attention. This is definitely a game too where you cannot take your hands off the steering wheel, like especially in a truck. And I mean, it's nice because I've tried to use my phone before and I've like almost crashed. So I don't even touch my phone anymore while I'm driving. If anything, you just pull over, or you can cheese it and hit escape. But I mean, it's a simulator. Okay, we got to roll up our window. And you'll notice the sound muffles, which is kind of a nice touch. Yeah, here we go, man. We're getting through Tahoe, Truckee, gorgeous landscape. Looks like there's a sleep stop coming up. I don't need it. I'd like to drive as far as possible. Hopefully we don't have another situation like Elko, where I basically had one eye closed and like the other one's closed, and as I barely made it into Elko to that little road. I don't know what that was. It was like was it a taco stand that somehow allowed truckers to sleep in it? I don't know what that was. I got a little damage on the trailer. That sucks. That can happen usually if I'm going a little too fast and I'm turning and the trailer, like, it you know, maybe a wheel comes off the ground. I don't know. I have a lot of these settings really dialed in to where, like, it tries to be as realistic as possible. So, and that'll deduct from your payment any damage to the customer's trailer, client's trailer. That 9% you see on the truck gauge, that's just overall truck damage, or not necessarily damage, but wear and tear. So whenever you see that in the red anywhere, you want to, next time you're at a service center or you stop somewhere that has a service or a mechanic that works on big rigs, you want to have it looked at. You want to see what's going on there, your tires, your frame, engine problems. Like, you want to keep your truck. Your truck is your money maker. It's the be all end all of the trucker's equipment. See, I'm flying again. I need to put my cruise control on. So yeah, it behooves you to maintain your truck. Whoa. And also behooves you to stay in your lane. Stay in your lane! Sacramento, San Francisco, here we come. 55 miles an hour, and you can see I'm going to look out to the right, look out to the left, look straight so that I'm not crashing. Let's go down into here. You can kind of see what we're doing here. I'll just keep this in this turn, and then I got to go back because I don't want to do something stupid here. I should put that camera change button on my, quick button it onto my steering wheel so I can do it more often for you guys. Hopefully you're not bored just looking through the front window, because right now you're seeing what I'm seeing. Here we're on another straightaway. Maybe I can go out a little bit. You can kind of see. I won't take my hand off the steering wheel too much, but you can kind of get an idea of where we're at. Whoa. You can see I took my hand off the steering wheel for 2 seconds and it went wild. Watch for wildfire. Fire. Wildfire. That song. That was a horrible impression of it, but all right. Steep downgrade, reduce speed. Yes, indeed. And that's no joke. Stick to the speed limits. We don't want to use one of those runaway truck things. I've never had to do it in this game, but I've seen a truck have to do it in real life, and it's wild. It's crazy, too, how fast those things stop trucks. Like, you always see that big ramp that goes off into the sky, and, like, you envision a semi hitting that and just sailing off like Santa Claus and the reindeer just off into the sky. It doesn't really work like that. Like, it's a lot of it is just... like, I don't know what the word is, but yeah, sure, in case you were going that fast that you needed that much extra room, but usually most trucks you'll slow down within the first, couple dozen feet. Your truck is stopped. At least what I've seen. But I've never seen a truck even get anywhere close to the top. If anyone has, let me know. I'm sure it's happened. I'm sure there's a reason why. And I'm going to get a ticket. I'm so going to get a ticket. I'm flying. All right, San Francisco. We're on Highway 80. We are headed down towards the Bay Area of California. We're going to put our cruisy control on. Speed limit's 55. I'm doing 56. I think that's fine. I don't think you're going to get penalized for that. They've tweaked this quite a bit. It used to be like so touchy. Like if you were just doing a mile over the speed limit, you'd get a ticket. Now they give you a little bit of leeway. There's always that old myth of like, you're allowed 5 miles over. It's like, no, well, technically you're not. Speed limit's the speed limit. But you always hear those people that are like, you can go 5 over. No one cares. It's like, I've seen cops that care when it's like 3 miles over the speed limit. Plus, like I said, most of the time I like to stay around 55, 65 if it's allowed and it's generally straight. But I tend to really try to get the best gas mileage I can. Slow and steady wins the race, right? Right. All right, we're still making really good time. San Francisco, 80 west. I believe we're going to go 50. It looks, well, I don't really know what we're doing. Waiting for GPS to say what we're doing here, but I think we're staying on this. I think. Could be wrong. Nope, I'm good. I'm good. Trust in the GPS, man. Remember Thomas guides back in the day when you actually had to have real paper maps? Oh, can you imagine being a truck driver? I mean, you'd have to memorize routes. You couldn't be looking at that map while you're driving. I mean, I guess you could. I'm sure they did, but let's get over to the left lane here. Merge onto this freeway. I used to have one of those track IRs. It's like a little thing that you can put on the bill of your hat, and then you have a little sensor on the monitor, and you can actually turn your head up and down. You can look around with it. It's really cool. In fact, I saw it the other day in my closet, but what I lost was the little IR tracker that plugs into the USB. And I don't know. I never got another one after that, but it was cool. I believe you can also play this in VR if you have a VR headset, and you can get some cool third-party software that will allow you to play this. I tried it for a little while. It was a little too, and I love VR. I spend a lot of time in VR, but it was just a little too jarring. Like, I don't know. Maybe if I just really sat there and gave it time, but I'd much rather play like this, where, I can, and you can still play with your steering wheel in VR, but it's weird not seeing your hands on the steering wheel in the game when you're in VR. And maybe there's an update now where it can sense where your hands are with the hand. I mean, the Quest 3 is amazing, and with the hand tracking technology, maybe now it can sense your hands and then represent them virtually on the screen. That'd be cool. All right, I'm keeping an eye on my sleep here. We're about a quarter of the way down. We're about 25% till we're gonna have to stop and sleep. Gas, we're about a little under half. Looks like we're crossing the San Ramon Bridge, or not San Ramon, San Rafael. So, which means, yeah, you guys know where we are. There's the C&H sugar factory over there. Let's see where we're at here, make sure. Okay, we're going to go right through Oakland, so I know we're going the right way here. Dead Fish is right over there. Nice seafood restaurant right over there on that street, that little hill right there. Let me see if I can look over there. You can't probably see it, but that's where it is. And I should probably stay on the road. I'm getting crazy here, trying to sightsee. All right, let me come out of this boat. You can see kind of where we're at. Cool view right there. Street view, tire view. So now we're headed into the East Bay. We're gonna go through Oakland. So we're gonna take this to what I'm assuming is 680, Highway 680, and we're gonna turn south and go through Oakland on our way to Santa Cruz. I'm assuming we're gonna go over the Bay Bridge, which will be really cool. How cool is that for an inaugural episode of American Truck Simulator on the Chow Mayne Show? Yeah, I believe we are. So we're gonna come down here into Oakland, and then we're gonna go right over the bridge through San Francisco, and then down south to Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. Bring a Coke can, get in free. This weekend only. Even though it's like every weekend, it's like every day during summer. Just take a Coke can, you got in free, because they know you're gonna spend a ton of money inside. Yeah, I know. I'm going a little quick. I know. Alright, so we're gonna get over a lane. Am I doing the right thing? No, I'm not. Oh no. We're not going over the Bay Bridge. I'm sorry, folks. I'm sorry. We're going down through Oakland. But over there is where we would go to go through San Francisco. This is going to take us straight down 580, or 680, rather. Let's see. I got to pay attention here. San Jose, Stockton, 580. Maybe we are. I'm like kind of turned around right now. I haven't been out here in forever. How many we get lucky? Nope. So let me look over there. There's the Bay Bridge. Yeah, we're not going that way. We're going through Oakland. Oaktown, Philly, back again. Trying to get you a good view of the bridge without crashing. I know it's a little kind of probably blurry out there. Yeah, I know. I really need to utilize my my cruise control going through here. California police are crazy. CHP. There's BART. I'm glad you guys can see BART going overhead. So that's called Bay Area Rapid Transit. That was our subway system. I say subway, but we called it, the name of it there was called BART, B-A-R-T. And I don't know. We won't get into a conversation about BART. That's not this kind of channel, but so here we are in Oakland, California. Yay. I'm assuming I'm staying on 580. It's not telling me to do anything else. Santa Cruz, San Jose, Santa Cruz. Yeah. We are making excellent time. I don't think I'm going to have to sleep again. We're just going to be able to deliver this. That would suck if we got to like the very end, like within a few miles, and it was like I'm falling asleep. Strip mall. It was just called Strip Mall. Ah, those East Bay hills. If you guys are from East Bay, you'll know those hills. They do turn a luscious green when we did get rain back there, but it seems like it's been a long time since that happened. Let's see if I can get an exterior for you guys. I feel bad not being able to move the mouse around too much, but better than staring at the dashboard all the time. There's a Tesla dealership on the left. Let me see if I can look at it here. Right there, somewhere over there. I've actually delivered a trailer full of Teslas before. It's pretty cool. You can deliver just about anything in this game. Slow down a little bit. I'm kind of doing a little... Oh, there we go. Overall, though, I'm actually feeling pretty good about this drive. I thought it was going to feel much longer, but really Boise to Santa Cruz is not that long of a haul. And plus, there's a lot to look at. I just feel bad. Most of that was at night, and you guys didn't really get to get a good sense. But it's inevitable. On long hauls, you're just going to get a big chunk of night. And then hopefully on the way back or at a different time, you get to pass through that area that you never got to see because it was nighttime, and you get to see it again in the daylight. And then you realize you were out in the middle of nowhere for hours on end. And there was nothing to look at. All right, Santa Cruz, baby. 880, that's right. So you get to the South Bay relatively quickly, it seems. So as you can kind of see through this playthrough, the distances, the scale, it's compressed. I mean, obviously, in an hour, we drove from Boise, Idaho to Santa Cruz, California. I mean, that's a little unrealistic. I think in real time, that probably would have taken about 10, 12 hours to 13 hours, maybe 12 hours, probably. So obviously it's condensed, but they did a really good job of finding a happy medium between distances, keeping things looking like where you're like, oh, I know where we are, and scalability and being able to. It doesn't seem cheap. Like it doesn't seem like we got cheated out of really seeing the part of the country we drove through. Obviously, like I said, it's compressed, but it also gives you. It's like I said, they found a very happy medium, in my opinion, of giving you a sense of traveling from one place to the other. And I mean, an hour is nothing to shake a stick at. I mean, that's a good amount of playtime when you're playing a game like this. And this is just one delivery. Now, if we were to pick up something in and around Santa Cruz and take it to like Louisiana, I mean, we'd be sitting here for another 3 hours. I mean, it'd be a long haul. Let's see. It looks like I'm going to be going left up there. I'm going to get in this lane before that bus cuts me off. All right. 50 is the Moss Beach. Okay. Now, Santa Cruz is one of those places, like, everyone knows it for the beach boardwalk, but other than that, I don't think I've ever done anything outside of the beach boardwalk in Santa Cruz. Like, we always came to Santa Cruz to go to the beach boardwalk, and then that was it. Got out, went home. 30-mile-an-hour zone ahead. Plus we're turning.
Turn left.
You got it. All right, our delivery's right there to Kiewit. Let's roll our window down. What's the weather like in Santa Cruz right now? All right, let's take a look around. It's time to take your mandatory break. Look at that. We just made it. There's a Mickey D's over there. Excuse me. All right. Very nice, very nice. Yes, I know I'm getting tired. So what we'll do is we'll drop the trailer off, get paid, and then go find a nice place to refuel and take a break and take a sleep, because that worked out so perfectly. I was really hoping we wouldn't have to sleep a second time during that delivery. All right, let's see where we're at here. Don't turn red on me. Don't turn red on me.
In 650 feet, turn left.
What are you doing, Honeywell? He's at a roundabout. What is going on here? Oh, he's at a red light. Sorry. I couldn't see the lights. I was about to start honking at him. Where are we? Someone's house. What does that sign say? Street Food Festival, Saturday and Sunday, 12 to 18 p.m. That must mean, they must mean noon to 6, but hopefully that's not like some AI slop. I highly doubt it. Alright, so it said turn left, right? Yeah. Should I turn my camera so I can actually look out the front window? Oh, okay, it's gonna have us go around the building.
650 feet, turn right.
You got it. He's even yawning. Kind of like in Rise of the Triad when you got God mode. Like, he was like... Remember that? Kind of a lot of inside, like, very specific jokes that you'd only get if you were alive in a certain era of gaming. So, hopefully somebody gets that. Elsewise. So we're at the Home Depot for our delivery.
You have arrived at your destination.
Open the gates. Hannibal is at the gate. Alright, where you boys want this? Now, this is a cool part. Hopefully I can drop this off before... Did I? I guess I didn't. Oh, the little... I gotta drive over to that. I gotta do this quick so I don't pass out. It looks like I got enough of a sleep bar there where it's not gonna make me pass out. Let me go to the exterior just so you guys can get a little bit of a different view for a minute. Whoa, what did I hit that pole? Alright. So it'll sometimes you have the option of parking this. Oh, of course they want it backed up. Oh, wow, that's going to be fun. Okay, let's do this. Now you can cheap out and have an auto park thing happen. And it sucks that I'm tired of trying to do this in the game. So we're going to try to do this the best we can in the time we have because my dude needs to sleep. So that little blinking white up there, that's where they want it. And by the look of it, they want it backed up. So I'm going to just give this a real quick shot. This is gonna be tight, man. But we might be able to do it. No, I came at that all wrong. Hopefully I can. Oh, yeah. Let's go back. Let's go this way. There we go. This guy's sitting there smoking a cigarette, and I'm like, what's this Jagger doing? There we go. So, that's where they want it back. So we're gonna... Oh boy, I'm going the wrong way. I think I just shook the whole desk because I torqued that steering wheel back the other way. Good thing the camera's exteriorly now. Exteriorly? Don't hit that thing on logs, brah. I'm coming in at this all wrong, but maybe I can... I'm gonna have to straighten out up here. Alright, here we go. Let's try that again. Let me straighten up right here, and then that way I can go straight back. Okay, there we go. It doesn't help having the mandatory sleep thing pop up every 5 seconds. He's like, ooh. There we go. And yes, I know, I'm cheating because I'm not using the first-person camera to do this like you would have to do it in real life, but I'm doing it for you so you can see what I'm doing. Alright, cut it, guy, cut it. There you go. I'm gonna have to straighten out a little bit, I think. Maybe not. Oh, look at that. You got love. Oh, to turn green. So we hit T. It's gonna detach. And we're gonna get paid. Alright, job completed. Excellent. Paint delivered from Boise to Santa Cruz. Distance driven distance 869 miles. Time taken 28 hours and 25 minutes. Fuel consumed. I don't know if that time taken is accurate. That doesn't seem right. I'm going to check into that. That doesn't seem right at all. Fuel consumed 104 gallons. We got some money there. We got a couple rewards. Proficiency bonus. Long distance delivery bonus. trailer maneuvering bonus. So you see, like, when you self-park like that, you get extra points. There's a button I could hit that'll self-park it, and you don't get that, though. And it looks like we're halfway on our way to level 14, or 15, rather, which will change me to an entrepreneur. Oh no, level 14 is what I'm working towards. Anyway, let's continue. You can click current company job offers to see if the place that you're at has another job for you to take right from here. I unlocked a skill point, and you can put that into different things, long distance driving. It'll open up more jobs that are like super long. I like the long distance ones, so I've been plugging points into it. The more you rank up in that, the more offers you'll get to do like farther. So like Washington State all the way down to Louisiana. It's a long haul, but the payday is probably amazing. High value cargo, fragile cargo, which I didn't put anything into, just-in-time delivery, eco driving, hazardous cargo. I think I'm going to keep going with the long-distance driving. We're going to take it to level 5. Apply all. Yep. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, and Illinois is the newest addition to the American Truck Simulator map. I believe I bought it a couple weeks ago. I have to check on that. But they released these, they're DLCs technically. Each state is a DLC. But once it's loaded into the game, it's a seamless map. So you know, it's not like there's loading screens in between states. As you saw, we went through 3 states there, just seamless. They typically range about $11 or $11.99 per state. Sometimes they'll go on sale and you get them for insanely cheap. But if you're looking to get an American Truck Simulator, definitely check it out on Steam. You can find the bundles where it's like everything for like a great price. Just look for a sale. You can usually grab it if this is a game that interests you. Again, I tend to play games that a lot of people would probably think I would rather watch paint dry than play this game. But hopefully I brought something to the table today on the Chow Mayne Show. We will catch you on the next one. And also, please like and subscribe. You guys are awesome. I know we got a bump. I looked at it earlier today, and we're getting up there with subscribers. I really appreciate you guys. I appreciate you watching the channel. And we'll catch you on the next one.